Thanks, Marissa. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the annual installation of officers and trustees of the American Academy of Environmental Engineers and Scientists. As past president, this is my final assignment as I complete my service on the Board of Trustees for the American Academy, and it justifies a short pause to reflect on this fine organization and its purpose. As set forth in the Academy Articles of Incorporation, the object and purpose of the Academy list first and foremost to improve the practice, elevate the standards, and advance the cause of environmental engineering and environmental science. Environmental engineering and environmental science are defined as the application of engineering or scientific principles respectively for the protection of public health, for the protection of nature's beneficial ecosystems, and for the environmental-related enhancement of the quality of human life. There is much more in our bylaws about certification, which is the unique tool developed by the Academy, but it is appropriate at an installation ceremony to reflect on the fundamentals. Ours is a noble calling, and we should never forget it. It is also appropriate in ceremonies such as these to recite a statement of professional principles. Canons such as the National Society of Professional Engineers Creed have long served profession of engineering as a reminder of our duties as professionals. Scientists have similar professional creeds. Today, I'd wish to reflect on two creeds that help us to recall who we are and what we obligate ourselves to as part of the Academy, in particular as officers and trustees. The Engineer's Creed is used in ceremonies of the Order of the Engineer, and I encourage you to listen carefully as I recite its words. I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligation. Since the Stone Age, human progress has been spurred by the engineering genius. Engineers have made usable nature's vast resources of material and energy for mankind's benefit. Engineers have vitalized and turned to practical use the principles of science and the means of technology. Were it not for this heritage of accumulated experience, my efforts would be feeble. As an engineer, I pledge to practice with integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skills carry with it an obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, in humility and with the need for divine guidance, I shall participate in none but honest enterprise. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give the utmost. Similarly, the Scientist Creed is used to recall what it means to practice science in the service of humanity. Please listen carefully as I recite the Scientist Creed. Learn, not because you have to, but because you want to. Be inspired by what you understand and driven by what you do not. Use your mind to realize who you are and to help mankind reach its potential. Shun ignorance, combat indifference, question everything, and above all, never be afraid to tell the truth. And now it's time to install the officers who will take over leading the Academy in January of 2024. What is leadership? Like engineering and science, it is both an art and a practice. It can be defined as the ability to motivate other people to work towards a common objective. Although natural leadership talent may exist, and so may natural engineering and science talent, there is too little of this talent for the world to depend on. Most engineers and scientists and leaders need to work hard for years to learn how to practice leadership. Real-world leadership is built from three elements: a vision of what needs to be done, the self-confidence that you can make a difference, and a lot of hard work to make it happen. The American Academy of Environmental Engineers and Scientists depend on this kind of leadership. And now I'll call for our officers and new trustees to step forward virtually in the role of President beginning in January 2024, Wendy Wirt, President-elect David Chin, Vice President Jeff Greenfield, Treasurer Rick Watson, past President Dave Vicari, and our new trustees at large, Baron Tansel and Maya Rao. You'll give me one moment. I will put some spotlights on you fine folks here. I believe I've collected you all together. Now let me administer the oath of office. Do you now, officers-elect and trustees-elect of the American Academy of Environmental Engineers and Scientists, in the presence of your fellow board-certified environmental engineers and scientists, reaffirm your responsibilities as engineers and scientists and pledge yourselves faithfully to discharge the duties of the office to which you have been elected? If so, please answer, I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Thank you. President Vicari, would you please pass your gavel to
Virtually.
President-elect Wirt, and by this action, the authority and responsibility for leadership of this academy has been transferred in January 2024 to our new officers. Fantastic. President-elect Wirt, who takes over.
Let it be noted, her official
Officially
gavel did not
transferred.
arrive in the mail.
No, that's a big gavel, Wendy. We're going to have to pay attention when you're swinging that.
Yeah, I took that as a statement, Wendy.
All right, Wendy. Now remove the spotlights from others, and this is an opportunity for you to say a few words. We know you begin in January, and let me just pull other spotlights down, and we'll hear a few words from you.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you, everyone. I guess many of you know my history. I was very, very fortunate. The Academy came to me while I was in school through Deborah Reinhardt. I was one of her students, and back in 1994 is when I started. Then I was very, very fortunate when I came out here to the West Coast and had my first real job. The place that I worked, the Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts, like Maya's Department of Environmental Quality, was extremely supportive. When they put their RFP language out, they were asking for the credentialing through the Academy. So it's been an incredible journey. Definitely all of you. Certainly I will not be leading with a sledgehammer. That was just because we had some difficulties with our mail system. But in any case, I guess the takeaway from everything that I have to say and within my leadership, first of all, incredible appreciation for David Vicari, President Vicari's administration, and the situation that they have put the Academy in with the new energy, all of the students that are active now, really looking forward to our future. And then the strategic plan is being launched. You guys are going to see that during this meeting. Our 5-year outcome statement is to grow, connect, and diversify our environmental profession. And so a lot of times when people come to us at the Academy, they say the Academy should do this and they should do that. And I guess the takeaway from me is that all of you are the Academy. So definitely open to your ideas, but none of these major achievements happen without us working together and then also being very direct and honest. It was really interesting to hear Dan speak about the scientist's creed and the need for those peers who are going to push back and make you better. So thank you so much. And I'm going to be leaning on every one of you during my term. So I appreciate your support. And I will turn it over to whoever's next.
So if you would all please join me in a round of applause for our new officers and trustees. Thank you all very much. I will stop recording now.